of the worst week ever. Chapter 6, Gabby's point of view. Spoiler alert, I did have a really bad week. On Tuesday morning, I got to school and saw Jack and his two best friends, Terence Williams and Jack Farmer, standing down the hallway from my locker. So I already knew it was going to be good. I put the books I didn't need in my locker and got my backpack back on because I felt like I was going to need both hands to get by them. They didn't move when I walked past them, as far away from them as I could get, and headed to my classroom. I was early, but I didn't want any trouble, so I was trying to keep myself out of the line of sight of the bitch brigade and Jack and his demon seed too. I entered my classroom, and it was deserted, because it was 20 minutes, according to the clock, before class started. I grabbed my seat and looked over my homework for errors. I didn't have a cell phone for me to check or play games on, and I was bored. I did actually catch a mistake and got it all finished and put up, but I had 15 minutes to get through before class. I heard the door open and close and thought it was the teacher, until I saw a movement to my right side and looked up to see Jack standing over me with a furious look on his face. "How dare you think that you can reject or deny me, Gabby? I've been after you for 8 months now, and I haven't wasted my time for nothing. I've put in more time for you than any other girl I have wanted ever, and that includes my stupid mate. I am going to catch you alone, and when I do, I'm going to take what you refuse to give me. Don't forget that it will be completely your fault that it had to happen this way. I tried to be nice. I tried to woo you to make it easier on you when we did finally have sex, but you refused to cooperate. Let me tell you, bitch, you have no value at all. No one will care what I'm about to do to you, and rest assured, I will not be going easy on you when I do. As a matter of fact, I will be bringing some friends along to help me, just so we don't get interrupted, and then you can have a very thorough teaching experience. I will see you soon, Gabby." Jack told me as I heard the handle on the door being shaken and my teacher entered the classroom. He looked back at the two guys at the door, and it looked like he just had to push his way through them to enter. My mouth is dry, and I'm really scared. That was not an empty threat. He fully plans on acting out what he just threatened me with. I saw both Jake and Terence look back at me and grin before they all high-fived and walked away from the classroom. I ran over to the trash can and lost my dinner from last night, and my hands are shaking. I'm going to have to tell my parents. I cannot stay here. He is fully okay with raping me if I stay here in this pack, and he is right. Nothing will be done about it. All 3 of them are warriors, and I won't be able to fight them off. With my lack of training, I wouldn't be able to fight one of them off, let alone all of them. My teacher is concerned about me and tells me that if I am sick, I need to go home. I nodded in agreement and grabbed my stuff to head to the office. I'm not walking home. If they see me out there walking home, they will come after me. I use the phone in the office and tell Dad that I have a stomach bug and need to be picked up. Dad comes to get me, and when he sees my face, he asks what happened. I completely broke down as I told him what happened in the classroom and exactly what Jack said. Dad is completely shocked that Jack would be as disgusting and vile as to plan to do something like that. My hands start to shake again, and Dad tells me to calm down and takes me straight to the pack house and my mum. This isn't getting beaten up. This isn't just getting beaten up. This is getting violated in the most heinous of ways. And if I hadn't already thrown up all the contents in my stomach, I would have now, just thinking about what Jack had said to me. I see him come out the side door and look at us as Dad and I leave the school parking lot, and he is smirking at me. I wish then that I could take his head off his body. My hands stopped shaking, and I don't know what came over me, but I want to kill Jack right now and his disgusting friends. I really wish that I knew enough to at least put him down. He was a disgusting man who had not one redeemable quality. We get to the pack house and Dad hugs Mum and tells her what happened close to her ear, as there are other Omegas present in the room. Mum gasps and steps back from Dad to come to me and places both of her hands on my cheeks and looks into my eyes. I see tears in her eyes as she leans in to give me a hug and tells me in my ear, "We will be leaving the pack this weekend, late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. We are leaving, so be packed with a small bag and ready to go. I don't trust Jack not to try it as soon as he can, because after saying that to you, he really is not afraid of repercussions coming to him. The Alpha will believe a warrior over an Omega." Mum gives me another hug and then looks at my father before going back over to him and whispering into his ear the same thing she told me. We have a timeline now, and I'm going to be packed up tonight. The week dragged by as I was frightened and on high alert all week. Every odd noise had me jumping, and I was really worried about him catching me all week. I hated being so scared, but what he told me really scared me to my core. I was praying to the goddess all the time to protect me from Jack and to send my mate to me, and also praying that my mate would be able to protect me. I ran out of luck on Friday afternoon. Luna Liz had come to the door of the laundry room while I was washing the clothes that were dirty and told me that one of the warriors had spilled something on his sheets and needed them to be changed out while he was training. I already knew who the name was going to be and was not surprised when she said room 302, Jack Walker. I took a small cart with me, and this was going to be the shortest change in history, as I saw him currently on the training field as I hurried to go change his sheets. I stripped the bed and remade it in record time and turned to exit when I saw him standing in the doorway and then shut the door behind him, locking it securely. I mind-linked both my mum and my dad where I was and that Jack had me, so they would know it was an emergency and to please come quickly. Jack already trains without his shirt on, so he was only wearing his shorts and underwear. So all he really had to do was get me out of my clothes. I backed up to the other side of my cart and was going to use it to keep distance between us while I tried to figure out how to get out of this room. Jack was smiling at me and staying right in front of the door, blocking it. Plus, I bet his little buddies would be in the hallway anyway, so I am now praying to the goddess that my parents can get someone to help me out here. Luna Liz is not a bad person. She just isn't a big fan of Omegas. I am quite sure, though, that she would not condone raping a pack member. I'm going to scream my head off when he goes to touch me, and I just pray that I don't get knocked out, as then he can do whatever he wants to me. I continued to pray to the goddess, and I heard something going on in the hallway outside the door, and I started to scream, "Help!" from inside the room. I hear more noise coming from the hallway as Jack knocks the cart out of the way, grabs me, pulls my back into his chest and covers my mouth with his large hand. He then leans down until his mouth is at my ear and whispers, "You are not getting free so easily," as he lets the hand at my waist come up and under my shirt to come in contact with my bra. He slips his hand inside my bra and starts pinching my nipple really hard and then sniffing my hair and groaning into my ear. Jack starts walking me towards his freshly made bed as I mind-link the Luna for help. She is my last chance, and I don't know what I am going to do if she ignores me. I'm struggling against him as he turns to the side, and we both land on the bed, and as soon as his hand is off my mouth, I go screaming again as loud as I can for help. I hit him in the ribs and manage to get off the bed and away from him, but he is already coming for me again. I scream one last time before he hits me in the face and then covers my mouth again. I know I will have a black eye from this, and the pain from the blow is immense. Jack is a lot rougher as he tears my shirt and then drags me back to bed. "You stupid bitch. If I get into trouble because of you, I will kill you. You need to just take it and shut the fuck up," Jack tells me, and then starts tearing at the button on my pants. I scream again as loudly as I can while he is using both hands and he slaps me across my face hard. I taste blood and I'm really scared now as he pulls my pants down my legs and tears my underwear from my body. My face is swollen and hurting, but I cannot allow this piece of shit to rape me without fighting. I reach up onto the headboard as he is tearing at my bra for anything to hit him over the head with. I hear yelling in the hallway outside, and I hear both my parents and more scuffling as they try to move his friends from outside the door. I'm running out of time as he is sliding his pants down and rubbing his dick with one hand while he pinches each of my nipples with his other hand, alternating back and forth before he starts rubbing my breasts and then trailing his hand lower down across my stomach towards my lower lips. I scream as loudly as I can, and it pierces through the room as fear makes me come unglued. I can't find anything to hit him with, but the door bursts open with my father running in and knocking Jack away from me, and I roll over to cover myself with a sheet. Luna Liz looks shocked by the scene, and I see the new beta, Justin Lewis, behind her, looking at me in surprise. My mum runs in and helps to wrap the sheet around me, and I am crying my eyes out and shaking. Beta Lewis walks up to Jack and punches him in the face, knocking him out so my dad can let him go. Luna Liz comes to me to look at my face and then mind links the doctor to come and check me out. Luna Liz takes me and my family to the Alpha's office and tells Alpha Monty what they just stopped. Alpha Monty looks at my face, and I know I must look bad because he winces looking at me. I can only open one eye right now, and my face really hurts. I cannot talk as my jaw is swollen, and I don't even want to look in the mirror. My mum is sitting in the chair near to me and holding my hand. "What the hell just happened?" Alpha Monty asked. I cannot talk, and I pointed to my swollen jaw to tell him that I cannot talk, but I mind-linked him to tell him what happened. I also wrote a small note as well about what happened today. My dad told them about what happened on Monday at school, for them to question my teacher about what had occurred, and that it was the same 3 people who had done it on Monday, as were running interference today. Luna Liz read my note over Alpha Monty's shoulder and nodded her head, as that was what she had told me when she instructed me to go change out his bed linens. I had also noted that I had checked before going to change the linens that he had still been on the training field, just in case. Alpha Monty rubs his face with both of his hands and looks at me with a frown.